So you're not going to tell me any information about my father, and you're going to call him up at the hospital, can't visit him? Is that what you're saying, Linda? So you're not going to tell me, and I've asked you nicely, I've asked you not nicely, I've asked you any way that I possibly can to tell me about my dad's health, and you're refusing to do that, is that right?
I will talk to Nico.
But you won't talk to me, his son, who was asking you to tell me about his dad.
Because you yell and scream at me.
I'm not yelling and screaming at you now. I'm asking you very politely. I'm asking you very, very politely to please tell me why my father is in the hospital. I'm asking you very nicely to tell me why my dad's in the hospital. Will you please tell me why my dad's in the hospital, please? Please tell me why my dad is in the hospital, please.
You have threatened me?
Please tell me why my dad is in the hospital, please.
I will talk to Nico. I will not.
Please tell me why my dad is in the hospital.
I told you.
No, you didn't.
I told you I had to take him because of blood pressure.
But why is his blood pressure high?
I didn't say it was high.
Why is it low?
Because he's diabetic and they take care of his blood sugar. I can answer that.
No.
Don't take a rocket scientist to figure that out. I don't care either way.
Why is my dad's blood pressure low? Why won't you tell me anything?
Because you
take care of your blood
replaced me
sugar.
when I came home.
Why aren't you telling me about my father?
Because you replaced me when I got home.
You need to tell me about my dad. This is cruel.
Yeah, well, it's cruel when I come walk in my house.
I asked you why you weren't at dialysis, and then you said because he's in the hospital. You didn't tell me anything.
Then you yell at me.
I did not. Why don't you tell me why my dad's in the hospital?
You did not give me time.
Linda, I'm giving you time now. There's no excuse why you're doing this. None. If any of that shit happened, which it didn't, but now you aren't telling me anything.
Were you the young Chris?
You're not. God damn it, why don't you tell me anything about my dad?
You yell at me.
Why aren't you telling me anything about my dad?
And put it on after. He didn't have nothing to do with it.
Why are you talking to? Why don't you tell me about my dad? Why are you bringing up my son? Why don't you tell me about my dad?
Because you keep yelling at me.
Tell me about my dad.
I am not talking to you.
Tell me
until you
about
stop your
my
yelling
dad.
and accusing
I
of
came in
things.
here nicely asking you, and you said no.
Yeah, it's true. No, you
Please,
did not.
Tell me about my dad.
I walked into this house,
Linda.
put my purse down.
No, none of
You
that.
said,
I don't
why?
care about the posturing.
You
I don't care about the
said-
storytelling. Just tell me about my
You
dad.
Say,
Linda.
why you was at Donna?
Tell me
I said,
about,
because Dad's
tell me
at the hospital.
about my dad.
Then you screamed at me.
Tell me about
because
my dad.
I text me.
You're making shit
I
up.
can't
Just tell me
you
about
guys keep changing numbers.
Just tell me about my dad.
Stop yelling at me.
Tell me about my dad.
I am not going to tell you anything until you stop yelling.
I'm not yelling. Just tell me about my dad.
And to be honest with you,
Tell me about my dad,
your
please.
daddy is the one to let you know because it's
Tell
private.
me about my dad.
His blood pressure is low.
Why?
Because they gave me pills to raise his blood pressure and gave me pills to lower it. And they gave it to the same time. The doctor told me that one pill is canceling the other pill. So now they're keeping him overnight to get that all straightened up and let me know what to be done with it.
Why did I have to
And that's, oh yeah. Well, I would have told you that.
Why did I have to stay here for 15 minutes crying for you to tell me about my dad? Shut up.
You had
No,
known
you're cruel.
that.
Get out of my face.
No.
Get back up out.
See?
Back up out of
You're
my
starting
face.
your shit again.
Back up out of my face.
You're
now.
starting again.
No.
If you have let me tell you when
no,
I walk in the house.
You didn't. You wanted to keep.
No,
you wanted to keep information from me
That's
about
okay.
my dad.
No, that's
Just
okay.
go back in your room.
You got your
Go
problem.
back in your room. I had to literally beg and
Yeah,
plead.
I know.
No,
you
I had to beg and plead
this
you.
This is a scene for Misha,
I
because
had
you're
to
not.
beg and plead you to tell me about my father.
This is a scene for Misha, because I know what you did.
I had
You
to
wasn't
beg
here.
and plead you to tell me
You
about my
wasn't
father.
here. Benjamin, he will leave you. That's it. I'm done for tonight. You're not.
I had to beg you to tell me about my father. I had to beg you.
Benjamin, good night.
I had to beg you. I had to beg you to tell me about my dad. I had to beg you. I had to beg you. You literally just said you weren't going to tell me. You want to tell Misha. I had to beg you. I'm just tired of this. Good night. Good night, Linda. Good night, Linda. Good night, Linda. Thank you for finally thinking I'm worthy enough to find out what happened to my dad. Thank you, Linda. Good night.